What's going on, everybody? We got another reaction video to get into today. Let's check it out. I appreciate y'all for watching this. Y'all know whenever y'all watch this, y'all hear me talk. I probably talk a little different than y'all. I'm from South Louisiana, so y'all know how it go with me. But let's check this out. We gonna watch this one. This one is gonna be about how buying a 6-pack of beer turned into a felony. All right, so it's gonna be probably action packed and everything like that. And what we're gonna do in this video, we're gonna break it down, analyze it. We gonna react to it. We gonna really get into the basics of this right here. We gonna really understand what's going on in this one. Let's check it out.
I got it. Let me get you. I'm gonna drink this. No.
So what's going on?
I want to feel. I'm
Oh, what is he talking about?
Listen. They might not even want to press charges, but you open it, you going to jail. And I wanted to let you. I wanted to let you finish.
Oh.
I'm gonna tell you I'm angry right now.
Right. So he's obviously talking about opening something that he got from inside the store. Right. If he open it, it's not gonna be good. But so if it might be a 6-pack of beer, that he got from inside the store, and that's probably the big part of the problem here is that some people think it's okay to go inside the store and steal something from the store without paying for it. But man, that ain't how things work, man. That is not how things work. Like, you don't go inside of somewhere and take something that ain't yours and you don't even pay for it. You know what I mean? You ain't supposed to do stuff like that. So that's the bigger picture of that moment right then and there, is that people should never be doing stuff like that. Going inside the store and trying to look for something. Oh, that's a nice box of cereal right there. Let me put it in my pocket. Something like that. That is crazy. Like, anything you steal, it don't have to be no box of cereal. But I'm just saying, like, even something like that, like, why would somebody steal anything? I mean, you gotta make your money and then pay for your own stuff, and then you ain't gotta worry about stealing nothing, right? Because I mean, you should never steal nothing, no matter what, though. You should never steal nothing, no matter what, because it's not the right thing to do. Whether the law says something about it or not, you should not do no stealing behind nothing. What is he doing? What is this about?
Last charge was better than Leo. I'm angry.
A battery. Hey, boss. Bro, he said something about a battery on a Leo. But it's like one of the last things that you ever want to do is have a battery on a Leo. Believe you me. Because I ain't no cop and I ain't no lawyer. I ain't raised no lawyer right here, partner. But she ain't raised no cop neither. But boy, you do not want to try to fight a cop or hit a cop. Bro, that's just going to get you in way more trouble. You know what I mean? Way more trouble. You probably going to have to be going in handcuffs if you try to hit a cop. If it's not like a severe, like if it's not a real reason to do something like that, boy, that's gonna be it. Like, you're gonna be in some trouble. And then not only do you get in trouble if you ever try to hit a cop, or something like that, battery on a cop, bro. Not only are you gonna get in trouble with the law and have to probably go to jail and stuff, but you're gonna have to pay fines. Say if somebody stole something, all right, right then and there, if somebody steals something, they're gonna have to pay for that fine if they get caught stealing. You know what I mean? So that's gonna be a little fine that they're gonna have to pay for. But say if somebody gets caught stealing something, and then whenever they get caught stealing something, they end up hitting the cop or punching the cop, battery on the cop, bro. If they end up doing something like that, then they're gonna be in more trouble, and they're gonna have to pay more money for fines and stuff like that. When at first all they would get was the shoplifting fine, right? But now they probably gonna get some more fines for hitting the cop. You know what I mean? Like, boy, you do not want to do something like that. Boy, they got a lot of people in jail that wish they would have never had did something like that.
You don't want to get a charge of battery on me. I'm telling you that right now.
Oh,
you may have had one on someone, but you didn't have one on me.
Oh.
You understand what I'm saying to you? Well, what I'm saying to you is, if you act up with me, you're going to the hospital, boss.
And you hear the cop right there, boy. That cop ain't playing. That cop ain't playing. Heck no. What do you want to hear all that talking for? He just trying to get down to business. What you got this out here for? And the store said you ain't supposed to have it because you ain't even paid for it for. That's what the cop probably wanted. Like, man, though, we gonna get down right here, the facts. We're gonna get the facts right now. Hold up here. All that talking, all that little chit chat gotta go. And he basically told him that you don't want to try it, you don't want to ever have no battery on that cop. Or you see what I'm saying? Because he ain't gonna take that too well. You know what I mean? Like, bro. So I don't know. It's like, first you shoplift and then you do something else, boy, you're gonna get in way more trouble. You have to pay way more money, and So that's why it's best if you get the consequence right then and there for shoplifting, just take that consequence, you know. Or the bigger picture of that one is to be like is never to do any shoplifting in the first place and never have to worry about getting in a law enforcement encounter with the law, you know, because that's what shoplifting probably leads to anyway.
No, my brother-in-law. Hey, brother.
Whoa,
My
whoa!
brother-in-law is Orange County Sheriff.
Did he just say his brother-in-law is him? So we got family in this video right here. Well, I might have heard that wrong though. I might have heard that wrong. Maybe he's talking about he got a brother-in-law that's a cop or something like that, right? But what that got to do with anything? How that's gonna get him out of the situation of stealing something from the store like a 6-pack of beer? How basically how would anybody that goes inside of a store and steals something and get caught try to get out of it by telling the cop that they got a brother-in-law that's a cop? How would that possibly get you out of anything of stealing something? That ain't gonna get you out of it.
Mama, I have nothing against.
Oh man, what is he talking about right there? I can't believe
You
that.
acting like a kid. You keep him out. You know what? You're about to throw you in the backseat.
You see, he's talking to that cop like he just his kin or something, like he just his folk or something. He talking like, oh, what's up, something like that, like arguing back and forth with your kin. Like, man, what? You gotta be kidding me right now. And then he got the nerve to point at the cop, knowing that he probably did something wrong, or did something that the cop there for. That cop ain't there for no reason. And man, look, he don't like the way that the cop was talking to him, so he started talking to the cop in a certain way to try to prove that he more than the man than the cop is. But bro, them cops got backup and everything. Boy, they ain't gonna play like that. They're not gonna go back and forth with somebody, arguing back and forth with somebody. Boy, I watched a lot of videos on cops. Boy, I've seen a lot of different videos. Boy, they don't do such a thing. Like all that trying to get rowdy with them, boy, they ain't gonna lead to nothing good.
In my car for just all the time.
You're disrespecting me.
No, you're disrespecting yourself.
That's what it was right there. He felt disrespected by the way the cops talked to him, brother.
Where's the other one?
You threw it out there. It's about to get run over by a car.
So they say a 6-pack, but I only see a 3-pack. That looked like a 4-pack. Maybe he took the other 2 out or something, threw them out. I don't know what happened there. But I only see a 4-pack right here. Boy, this video says something about a 6-pack. Man, what's up with all this? What's going on right here, y'all? So he stole a pack. So somebody stole a pack of beer outside of a store or something like that, bro. That's never a good idea to steal anything. You can't do those type of things or you're going to get in trouble. You're going to have to face consequences and all those type of things.
That's a full can.
What is he talking about? Bro, that store is a strange color a little bit on the outside. Look at them bricks. You see the bricks right there? It looks almost brick.
He triggered me. Why can't you? Right now, you're just.
Bro, what is he talking about? I don't understand. He's talking about somebody made him mad. Whoa, he's getting a little out of hand.
I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. I understand that. I'm trying to tell you.
They're just going back and forth at this point. They are just going back and forth.
I mean, it's like y'all.
He's just making the process for his consequences like a bit longer. You know what I mean? By going back and forth with the cop like that. Like, man, the cops are just there to hear the hardcore facts of what happened. You walked in the store, you got something, you walked out without paying for it. That's the hardcore facts, right, about the whole situation right here. Just like with any shoplifting case, if somebody walks in the store, they walked out the store without paying for the stuff. That's a shoplifting case. That's the hardcore facts of the situation. That's all the cop really needs to know, right? And then address the situation like that, right? But they're going back and forth. They're going back and forth, back and forth. I've seen so many cops that were no nonsense behind this kind of stuff. It was crazy. Like, man, I watched so many different videos on cops, boy. Look, some of them don't play. Like, man, they just want to know the facts. They bring you inside the store, and then get you inside that room, and they talking to you and everything like that. Boy, like, they just want to know what's going on. They don't want to know all that chit-chat.
Well, because I can prove that I'm not drunk. I'll pay for that. She's my friend. I can't.
And for any shoplifter to say after they done shoplifted something and brought it outside the store and used it and everything, for any of them to say that I'll pay for it now, when a few moments ago you could have paid for it, but you decided to walk out the store and use it without paying for it, what makes the cop think that you would pay for something now? You know what I mean? And I don't even know how that would work. I don't even know if the store would allow something like that. Maybe some stores would allow somebody to say, all right, yeah, I took this out the store, but I paid for it now. Maybe some stores do allow that person to go back in the store and pay for it. Or or something like that. Maybe that does happen. I ain't sure. I ain't no lawyer. I ain't no doctor. Then I ain't, but for I just don't understand what's going on in this one. Like to say that you're gonna pay for it now, he's probably hoping that the people let him go back in the store and pay for the stuff that he brought out the store without paying for it. So what kind of situation does that make sense in? And maybe the store can make a little bit more money by making him have a ticket to where he has to pay a little bit more money than what the stuff was actually worth. See how it's like it's never a good idea to steal anything, because say you get a fine for stealing something, you might have to pay more money than what you even stole it for, like the price that it was. Know what I mean? Like, I'm sure that happens in certain situations. That shoplifter shoplift something and they get caught and they have to pay a little bit more than what the item actually even was. You know what I mean? Or they might have to pay a lot more than what that item was for doing it. But maybe this store is gonna let him go back in and pay for it. We shall see. Let's check it out.
I came here to pick up my cell phone and sleep tonight. I haven't slept in 2 weeks. I'm all crazy. After I got out of jail on 17th, I'm going crazy. When you go to jail for? You want to know? I was drunk as fuck. I got remember. But I battery on Leo. I remember.
Man, what is he talking about, bro?
And
so the cop just basically asked him why would he be going to jail or something like that, and the guy basically responded because of a battery on a Leo. He ain't even saying nothing about the shoplifting stuff that he did. Like, what is he talking about, a battery on a Leo? Because at this point we have not seen yet a battery on a Leo, and he's talking like that. Probably could get him in trouble talking like that too. But I'm not too sure about that neither. So everybody should know their laws before coming to their own conclusion about things. But that guy right there, I mean, not to say that guy right there, I'm talking about any shoplifter that would talk like that to a cop, say something about a battery on a Leo, and the cop asked him why would he be going to jail for. Any shoplifter to say that, it's like, what they trying to say? Are they trying to say that he about to have a battery on a Leo? Is he trying to say he about to hit a Leo or something like that, cop? And exactly what is he trying to say, Chat? Is that,
Assistant arrest, how about that? They released you in 35 days. Why? Because they had no proof.
I don't know what he's talking about at all.
Getting fresh charge against you, any fucking thing. You can't even touch me. I want to touch you. You want to try it? Try me.
Oh, he said you want to try it?
I swear to God, you'll be sorry.
Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Hold on here. See all that telling the cop that, oh, you want to touch me, or you better not try to touch me and stuff. See, all that could get you just in more trouble. Like, because now you're basically saying that you're not gonna let the cops do their job if they gotta do it. Basically, right? I would think. At least that's my opinion, my perspective. But why even try to talk back and forth like a cop? Like why try to talk back and forth with a cop like that? That's what I mean by that. It don't make no sense. Like he's trying to say, oh, you ain't gonna do this, you ain't gonna do that. You can't stop a cop from doing an investigation like that. What he think he a bigger man than both them cops put together, or that's there or something like that. What he think he gonna stand up, put his chest out, and bump their chest or something? I don't understand what he's thinking, y'all.
I'm gonna report on 10. I'm a veteran.
Where are you sleeping at?
On the street.
Where?
I can't tell you.
Oh,
You already told me, dude. Why don't treat him like that? I ain't gonna tell you.
Gotcha.
I'm a veteran. I have the right to tell you what I want to.
And that's another thing. Yeah, he probably don't even have to talk if he would choose not to, right? But then the situation would just the cops would basically break it down to him, probably if he has to stop talking or something like that. But man, it's like somebody, a shoplifter going back and forth with a cop, to me is just like digging a bigger hole for the fines that they're gonna have to pay and stuff like that, because they're gonna go back and forth trying to look for a reason that the cop had not to be taking them to jail or arresting them. Or going back and forth talking about you ain't gonna do this, you ain't gonna do that, and it's the law that they gotta follow. It's not like you got like literal options where you say, oh, you ain't gonna do that to me because I'm a bigger person than you and stuff like that. Like you ain't gonna intimidate somebody like that and let them, and make them let you go and stuff like that. In that type of situation, you just gotta deal with your consequences as they go to you. For the stuff that you did, unless you didn't do it, and then you gotta fix it up the other way, and the other thing you gotta do, but. Bro, he's just, it's like, oh, I don't know about this one, y'all. What do y'all think so far? Let me know in the chat.
That doesn't give you the right to treat people like shit. But y'all treat me like shit when I was in jail, so fuck y'all. I hate y'all, okay? Well, I was treated like garbage. I didn't get my medication in jail. I was treated like garbage at the private night because my dad died 2 years ago. Fuck everybody.
So right there, he's talking about, basically talking about he might have went to jail before, and this is a broader term, for anybody. So if somebody says they went to jail before and they were mistreated in jail and that they didn't get the medication in jail that like they were supposed to get and everything like that, I don't exactly know all that kind of stuff to talk about. So I could give you my opinion about it. It's sad that if he did go to jail and he didn't go get and the jail didn't get his medication right, that's kind of sad. That's something that would need to be addressed for most jails, because some people really do need their medication when they need it, and stuff like that. Um, and another thing I would think is, somebody that needs their medicine might panic if they don't get their medicine right. So that's another reason why I think that if jails did have trouble giving him his medicine, like he was saying, and that's a broader term to a bunch of people that was in jail. Maybe they didn't get their medicine and maybe they didn't feel like they were treated right while in jail. Maybe that's something that jails need to be able to fix or do better in. Making sure that anybody that goes there has the right medicine that they need at the given moments that they need it. Right. And it probably would keep the everything cool and calm. But yeah, let's check it out some more.
Yo, I hate
Man,
you. Like every time, y'all treated me like shit in jail. You're not y'all, but
God, that is crazy, bro. I don't understand this at all.
I hear the point. I'm sorry,
Hopefully that didn't even happen though. Hopefully, he's just trying to give the cops a sad story. Maybe that's what he's trying to do is just give the cops a sad story about what happened to him in jail, and hopefully they just let him go. Maybe he's thinking they let him go if he give him a sad story about what happened to him in jail like that. But at the same time, it's probably not gonna happen because the cops have to follow the law, and the law says they have to do things by the books, right? So I mean, and oh no, and you see how now he's getting real rowdy by throwing stuff around and stuff. The cops might put his hands behind his back because of disorderly conduct, throwing stuff across that little area right there towards that wall of the store. That like, hey, you never know what the cops could do in that type of situation like that. So for him to act out like that, maybe he is a bit drunk, because it was something about a beer or something. But that go for any shoplifter really. If they start throwing stuff around the cops and acting out in a certain way, bro, they have a chance of going into handcuffs right then and there just because of that, right? Acting disorderly in public, right? So that right there would never be a good idea to do. Like I said already, the solution to this problem would have just been if he walked outside the store with the beer and seen the cop, gave it to the cop, and accepted his consequence, right? Or the biggest solution to the problem would have been if he never went in the store and stole anything and just stayed home and drank some coffee or something like that. Not worried about no beer. But they go for any shoplifter. You know what I mean? That could be a solution for any shoplifter. Don't just decide not to go shoplift. It's that simple. Decide not to go take anything out of the store that's not yours that you didn't pay for.
I hate y'all, not y'all, but your department is garbage. Y'all better be treated. You better all
Man, I don't know what is he even talking about.
We're trying to have patience with you. You come in, Carter. You're stupid.
And I seen a lot of no nonsense cops that wouldn't take all that talking that he's doing, all that chit chat. But some of them cops that I seen on video, boy, I'm telling you right now, they gonna get down to the facts, and whatever the facts is, that's what they gonna go by. They ain't gonna take all that talking, all that moving around roughly, all that all that cussing like that. They ain't gonna take none of that. You know what I mean? All that going back and forth stuff. They want the facts right now and then get down to business.
You, man. You didn't know how to call me. I'm a veteran. You don't even know how to call my.
Man, he is just going. He might be panicking because he don't want to accept this. In his shoplifting, in a situation where they get caught shoplifting, might panic in a situation like that and might not want to go to jail, and they might start acting out for any type of reason to not be able to go to jail for what they had did or get a fine for what they had did or anything like that, right? Like they might look for any reason, even if it's act out, cussing with the cops and going off on the cops. Maybe they're trying to act like the cops did something wrong so they could just get up out of the shoplifting situation or fine or going to jail, whatever they might have to face, But to me, it would be like the best type of way that you could possibly handle it would probably be the calmest way that you could possibly handle it, so that the cops get everything straight and that they know that you went along and helped out the situation instead of making everything worse on them,
That's disrespect. Do you want to go to the hospital or jail? Hospital. Or would you rather stay out here and not go to either place? You can't be out here this drunk acting like.
Ain't no for him to say that he wanted to go to the hospital right then and there. He didn't say nothing about that in the beginning, and he just was cussing them out basically, and everything like that. But I mean, for him to say that now about going, it's basically like maybe he's thinking that if he goes to the hospital, he might be able to get out of the arrest or the fines for shoplifting, and maybe somebody will feel bad for him and pay for the stuff and tell the story. Maybe he got to go to the hospital and stuff. Maybe the store feel bad and not press charges for shoplifting. But what I think about that is that type of situation is probably very rare in life where somebody has to go to the hospital and right after they shoplifted and some but you never know. It could be a real reason that he has to go to the hospital at the moment, but you never know, because he just shoplifted, he just cussed out the cops, he just acted out in a way, throwing stuff around, getting all worked up basically, around the cops. And some cops, like I said, wouldn't even deal with that in the beginning of it. But these cops are obviously just trying to figure out what's going on at this point, and everything like that, and checking him out,
My goodness, we're trying to be nice. I know that, but you couldn't even call my name. That's disrespectful. What's your name? I said yes, my name. What is it? Tell me. Because I called you by your name.
Man, I don't understand that at all. I really don't.
You can't identify me?
Eduardo.
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand this at
Don't
all.
tell me. Oh, he called me a different name. That's disrespectful.
And you see, he's just going back and forth. He won't even give the cops his name like that. Like he's just going back and forth with them. And they being friendly to him. And that's real nice of those cops that arrived at that situation, right? Because they didn't really have to be too friendly with him, right? Because he just shoplifted stuff, supposedly. At least supposedly, and everything. And he's cussing at them, going off, throwing stuff around, laying down on the concrete right next to the wall of the store. So they don't have to be that way with him, probably. But they trying to be friendly with him and see what's going on, see how they could calm everything down and try to get him into a calmer state so that he wouldn't be acting out this way. And maybe they'll get it to that. Maybe they'll be able to act calm like the way they've been doing with him, and maybe he'll just calm down and accept what's going on around him. Let's check it out.
If I were to call you a different name, you'll be like, or something. We as families have feelings, We're not fucking.
Man, what is he talking about there, bro? I can't believe that. I can't believe that.
He said he's been up there though. You don't see where you're blind, bitch. Fuck you.
He just cussing away at him, bro. It's crazy.
He said it's a 2-year wait. You can't fucking find my name.
You said what?
He said it's a 2-year wait list for the No. If he can't find my name, y'all gonna have to beat me out, kill me, shoot me.
Okay, you said you're a vet, but your ID card doesn't say you're a vet. Your DL doesn't say that.
Oh, snap, y'all. So he might have told the cops that he was a vet. Like, I don't know what that means, though. I'm from Louisiana, so maybe he meant like a veterinarian, or like a military veteran, something like that, maybe. But bro, this is crazy. What is he even talking about that he was a vet? And he don't even have a card in his wallet that shows that he's a vet of any type. A veterinarian, if it would be. I don't know. I'm not for sure about this. Or a military veteran. Veteran. Yep, something like that. But bro, what exactly is going on in this video right now? He just got caught in another lie. They don't see nothing about no vet in his wallet. So what is he even talking about? Maybe that's why they had some sympathy on him. Maybe he told them that he was a vet of some kind, and maybe they had sympathy on him because of that. You never know how the cops might think. Maybe they might have felt bad for him. Maybe thinking about things that maybe he has to go through being a vet of any kind of way.
There's no ID in there saying that you're a vet. No, it's not.
Man, I don't understand that at all. Bro, what is he doing? What is he doing?
Look.
Oh.
I was in the United States Navy, 2007. I was under discharge because I was drunk and I fought people. I don't have rights. We're trying to help you, man, whether you believe it or not. I just want my circles. Okay, listen.
Oh, so maybe he wasn't lying. Maybe he just didn't have the card in there. Maybe he was involved in the U.S. Navy or something like that. Something like he was talking about just now. But even if he was the U.S. Navy and anything like that, and he got kicked out for being, if a shoplifter going through something like that, where they get kicked out for being drunk, and they just constantly getting drunk and everything. It's probably time to do a little changing, for anybody that's involved in that type of situation,
Not by alcohol in your state. No one will serve you. You need to sober up and calm down for a couple hours, and then you could go and buy your alcohol and drink.
So the cops are being cool as could be with him right now. The cops are being as cool as you could possibly be with somebody like that, with a shoplifter who was once in the Navy and got kicked out the Navy, and stuff like that. So they being cool with him. They probably know that maybe he had to go through a lot of stuff being in the Navy military like that. Man, that's some crazy stuff.
Drinking in a place that's not public. I don't even want alcohol. I just want syrup. You want a what? Syrup. Go to sleep. Okay. They will not. I asked them about your medicine. Due to your intoxication level, they're not allowed to give it to you. They will give it to you if you calm down and you sober up a little bit. You got to give it a vehicle. I understand that. but you cannot go in a store where there's children.
Bro, look how he's standing. I'm so confused right now at how he don't fall that way. Look how he is standing right now. I mean, like, his hip is like, what, 90 degrees? What that would be? Bruh, I mean, like he's sticking his hip way out there. Like, do you see me? Do you see me? Bro.
All right, do you have kids? Yes. Okay. Would you want
Bro,
someone
look
to
at
go
that. He
and
just
talk to you
getting,
to
bro, he just got real low with that. Well, I don't know what kind of flex move he's trying to pull.
store around your kids and screaming at their own children?
Man, I don't know what the heck is going on in this one, y'all.
Right? And they're seeing this.
Woo! What he doing? He's showing them that cool move, you know. What was that about? Hold up. Hold up. Do that again. Hold up. Show him you know how to do it.
Hey, I'm Julian. You are.
You know, if any shoplifter would ever start moving like that, you know what I mean? The cop might have suspicion of certain things. You know, might be drunk, might be a little tipsy or something. You know, you never know what's going on with it.
Seal. I guess what a human being that's a veteran that's killed and done everything. You don't.
Oh, what is he even talking about at this point, y'all? What is he even
And
talking
on
about?
top of that, okay.
It don't make any sense. Oh, he getting low.
Trying to cut you a break.
Hold up, hold up.
Take you to jail. Talk for a moment.
Man, did he not hear that cop just now that the cop talking about? He's not even trying to take him to jail because he's trying to be cool with him. But man, he's still trying to go off on the cop and everything and act like the cop ain't trying to be cool with him. I don't understand that at all. Like, it really does look like they being friendly with the dude, you know. If they being that friendly with any shoplifter in the country, you know, I mean, they're not trying to take them to jail if they being that friendly with a shoplifter, you know.
I'm not answering him. I'm not calling him. I don't need to call him. Why not? Because he's off today. Okay? I'm not bothering him.
Bro, this is crazy.
I don't need to call him. I respect it. Okay. Thank you.
Like, what are they even thinking right now?
There's kids everywhere around here. Outside of kids. Good. I have a question about you ever take
Oh, what's going on?
That's why I hate you now. You make shit.
Where's he staying?
Stays at the actual.
Which church?
You guys
If he wants to ride, if he doesn't,
you want to ride to the church so you can go calm down for a little bit, and then you can try to get your medicine in a couple hours? Yeah. Huh? No. I said yes. I said no. I didn't hear you. Where's your church? It's got a church on Gun Club, right by the jail.
So let me get this straight. Maybe he's standing inside of a church, maybe, and the cops are about to bring him to a church where he could just go calm down, and then they'll bring him to go get the medicine. Bro, that's some real nice cops, right? That's some real nice cops. Maybe they realize maybe he might have went through a lot whenever he was in the Navy or something, you know. But it's true. Whenever people in the Navy, they might see a lot more than the average person might see in the regular world. You know what I mean? But no matter what is the real world, though, you know, they see in the both of the real worlds. But bro, this is crazy. So he might live inside of a church now and everything like that. Well, hopefully he's doing good over there, you know, and hopefully he's making better decisions now after all this.
I sleep in the back where the school is.
So all your stuff is back there, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they might even recognize him from going to church. Maybe they might have seen him a bunch of times in the church where he goes, and that's why they talking about bringing him to church. You never know why, but man, that's a way that somebody could get better is going to church, you know, and making the better choices and decisions and everything like that. You know, anybody, any shoplifter start going to church, man, they might really stop shoplifting. They might change their whole life into being better, into being a better person and making better choices for themselves and their family and everybody around. You know.
Pick your stuff up.
Well, no, myself right now. I know.
Man, what is he even talking about, bro?
The laundromat on Summerlin. Okay.
Oh, he's talking about something about a laundromat.
Take you any.
Maybe he's talking about a laundromat because that's where he go wash his clothes. Maybe that's where all his clothes is. Maybe he needs to go get his clothes from over there, but he needs to ride over there. And then they might take him to the church and go get his medicine after he calmed down and all that kind of stuff, right? So you never know what's going on in these type of videos with the people that's involved and everything like that. You never know what's going on through a shoplifter mind whenever they get caught shoplifting by a cop. And then, outside the store like that, you never know what they might be thinking, how they could possibly get out of the shoplifting situation either, you know. But this guy right here, he started off real mad. You know, he started off fussing with the cops and everything right now. But it really does look like he is getting better in this moment and trying to do a little bit better by letting the cops know certain things that's going on that he might need to go do. And the cops are definitely helping him out by saying that they could bring him places and everything like that. And that's real friendly of them. That's real nice of them cops. But at the same time, you know, hopefully he just continues to get calmer and calmer and they can settle things down with the guy and everything like that. And you know, that could go for any shoplifter. You know, you might be angry in the moment that you get caught shoplifting and stuff like that. You know, it's because you shouldn't have been shoplifting in the first place, and you get caught doing it, and now you're angry and you're trying to figure out how to get away with it and stuff. and sooner or later you're gonna figure out that you're gonna have to face the consequences. So you just calm down and face the consequences like a man or a grown woman would do, right?
Place public. Is right now.
Man, this is crazy though.
All right,
So he's just putting his cards back in his wallet.
Where you sleep at?
Lost my pin. Where's my pin?
No one lost anything.
Eduardo, you want us to give you a ride to the church? Okay. All we need to do is make sure you have no weapons. What you have is good.
Oh, what is going on right here, y'all?
All right, good. Leave it. Drop it. Good. Let me do it. Clear your name on the car. I'm just gonna make sure you have nothing else. Okay.
You got receipt.
Yeah, but y'all keep.
So what is he doing trying to argue? Because I don't even think the cops are putting him in the handcuffs. They're just bringing him somewhere, right? So, I mean, that's really cool about him. What is he doing trying to argue right now? You know, any shoplifter that's trying to argue with cops, that's being friendly to them and just trying to bring them wherever they have to go, boy, that's probably another bad choice because, I mean, they you know, you're still going to have to face consequences and all that, so you might as well be calm in that type of situation, you know?
You can help me with what I need, man.
Bro, just when you sober up, it'll be a lot easier for us to help you, bro.
That's not.
Have a
You
seat.
can't help with
I'm gonna turn the
homeless.
AC on.
You cannot help with homelessness.
Man, that is just crazy, you know?
Shit, you.
Golly. Just, you know what I'm getting from this video? I hope that any shoplifter they ever think about shoplifting, I hope they see this video and realize that anytime you shoplift, you're going to have consequences behind it. You know, you're probably going to see cops behind it. You're probably going to have to talk to cops and everything like that. If you get caught shoplifting and everything like that, that's why it's never a good idea to shoplift anything, go into a store and take something that's not yours and walk out the store without paying for it, right? It's never a good idea to walk in any place and take something that's not yours without paying for it. You know what I'm talking about? But anyhow, this video really shows the importance of why somebody does not want to shoplift, right? And anything like that, because it's just going to be a long, drawn out situation if you get caught shoplifting, and you might actually get yourself in more trouble if you start to argue with the cops and go back and forth. And as you've seen in this video, the cops that was in this video, you know, they were very, very friendly with the guy. They understood the situation and they tried to assess it the best way they possibly could in the video, you know, that we watched. So they really did I would give these cops a B plus. You know, I would give the guy in this situation a C plus, because at first, you know, it's very close to a C minus for the guy at this point, because at first he was fussing away with the cops and going off and throwing things on the ground and you know, just talking out of turn and everything like that. Not to say that everybody has a turn in which they talk, you know, but he was just, you know, talking over the cops whenever the cops were trying to talk, you know, and telling them stuff about a battery and everything like that. But he got way better in his terms of calming down with the cops. He stood up, he calmed down, and he put his cards back in his wallet, found the ink pen on the ground, put it back in his wallet and everything like that. Even though, you know, he's from the Navy, he might have anger issues, you know, and you know, anybody from the Navy probably seen so much, you know, it's probably, you know, a tough situation for anybody. But it was real nice of the cops in this video to bring him wherever he had to go and get those things done for him. And you know, they really kept the situation calm. I feel like that's why I give the cops like a B plus. I have to say, almost a A, you know, basically a A. But that guy, like I said, I give him a C plus, because he got calm towards the end of it and started cooperating with the cops. You know, he would have got a D or a F or something like that had he just stayed the way he was being with the cops and just kept on cussing at him and being mean to him and being rude to him. But he actually got better during the video itself in this video. So that's why it's a very educational video, as you've seen a guy get angry in that situation. So that could go for anybody getting angry with a cop in a situation like that, and then turning it into a better situation by calming down and understand that whether you got to face consequences or not, you got to be calm in it, or you're going to have more consequences, basically. So, and the cops handled it accordingly. You know, they did perfect, you know, and the understanding the guy's situation and being somebody he could lean on in that type of situation, you know, where maybe not so many bad things might happen because he did that, because of these nice cops right there. So that's very nice of him. And you know, to bring him places, not put him in handcuffs for anything like that, it's very nice of him, and hopefully they all living better. I mean, well, the cops are probably living good no matter what, but I hope that guy, you know, learned from the mistake right here of shoplifting. I hope he never, you know, does something like that again. But that could go for any shoplifter that ever shoplifts inside of a store ever, you know.
Yeah, you're all full of shit. Can you help me with
Oh,
homelessness?
no.
Can you help me with homelessness? Can you help me with homelessness? No, you can't. Well, we're treating you nice.
Bro, so do we see where this ended up? Oh, man, hold on here, y'all.
Let me say it. This man fucking treat me.
So I fast forward this video just a little bit.
I know that. You're just drunk.
I fast forward this video just a little bit, and he got real out of hand with the cops right there. All right, whatever they did, they opened up the door and he started really arguing with him again and everything like that, and being combative and everything. He didn't even have no handcuffs on in the back of their car. And they opened up the door. He started getting out of hand, so they had to put him on the ground and put him in handcuffs, right? So now he's gonna actually be facing some consequences for real. And you know, instead of just being calm the entire time and going with the flow, boy, they were being so nice to him that he should have just been able to stay calm and realize they're not trying to escalate anything with him. They're just trying to do their job and get everything finished, all the facts they need to know him. Man, that is crazy. Hold on, y'all. Man, that is crazy. So he actually, you know, so he made a good decision burst. So at this point, I'm gonna turn his C plus into a D minus because, man, he could have had it easy in that one, man. They were about to bring him places wherever he had to go, basically. And then he got all out of hand whenever they reopened the door of the cop door, and he started screaming at him again and everything like that, and acting like he wasn't going to do, you know.
You already broke it. Stand up.
Sit up, man. Be a man. Come on.
Man, that is crazy. Now he's acting like he can't stand. I'm fast forward now.
Put your feet.
Man, there ain't no way.
Put your feet in.
What is he talking about? Now he's gonna be in more trouble. Now he's gonna have to probably pay more fines for being. You know what I mean? Like all that, all that getting out of hand type stuff. Boy, they gotta go.
Over $1,000 charged with battery on an officer.
Oh, that is crazy. So he might have kicked one of the officers whenever they reopened that door and anything. You know,
Destruction of government property over $1,000.
Yo,
resisting
that is
an
just
officer
crazy.
with violence and disorderly intoxication.
So this could go for any type of shoplifter. Y'all really seen why it's not a good idea to shoplift, and y'all seen all the guys. You know, you seen the mistakes that a shoplifter can make in that type of situation, right? He goes from like a shoplifter would go from being mean to a cop, trying to figure out how to get out of the situation, to the cops calming things down, talking to the guy, trying to figure out the situation to get better and move on from it, and you know, get all the facts straight and everything. And the guy got a lot calmer at that situation when the cops were being calm with him and everything. And the cops even were being friendly with him by saying they would take him to the places he would need to go to get calm and understand the situation better. And so the cops put him back at the cop car. You know, like this could go for any shoplifting suspect, I would believe. You know, and then they reopened the door. The cop car, he started going off, kicking and everything like that. And they couldn't put up with that, so they had to put him in handcuffs. And then he faced some more fines, as you've seen right then and there. Whenever they were saying it just now, all the different stuff that he had to face. But that was his type of consequences for the situation that he put himself in. You know, any type of situation that you put yourself in, you're gonna have consequences behind it. So I feel like this video could go for any type of shoplifter out there that's thinking about shoplifting or going shoplifting. That's why it's not a good idea to do it. That's why you should not shoplift, and that's why you should think about your actions before you do them, because some actions have consequences behind them whenever you do it. So, I mean, how crazy was that, y'all? He was about to get a C plus grade, and all of a sudden he got a D minus for what he did at the very last second of when the cops reopened the door. I mean, he got a D minus for whatever he started doing right then and there. You know, they had to put him in handcuffs and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, come on, gang, this was crazy, y'all. What did y'all think about the whole situation? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank y'all for watching. Every time y'all watch, I really appreciate everybody watching me on here, no matter what. Yep, and on to the next one. But just know this. You know, this is a big picture of why a shoplifter should not shoplift. Okay, this whole video was just a teaching point of why a shoplifter should not shoplift, basically, you know.